What? Let's go for another episode.
That's my baby.
I'm dying.
That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Left, feet left.
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah!
What the fuck are you talking about?
All right, what is up, fam? Back for another episode, weekly roundup. Steve Rochelle here, riding solo tonight in Christmas edition. Gonna be joined by a few fighters tonight. Gonna have a little fun. Let Zach enjoy the night off, and you know, we're gonna have a little fun kicking it. With Alan Belcher. We're gonna be joined by Jeremiah Riggs, and we also got Hannah Guy also joining us. So we're gonna have a little fun mixing it up. And as always, each one of our episodes for the weekly roundup here is brought to you by eXp Realty. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home, you're looking to change a career brokerage, contact our guy Alan Foy over at eXp Realty LLC at 302-682-8820. Visit him at Alan Foy at exprealty.com. And with that being said, looks like he'll be hopping in here in a second. Get him going. You just seen him pop up, Mr. Alan Belcher. Get him properly introduced there in a second. Have a little fun with him tonight.
Let's do it, bro.
What's up, Alan? How you feeling tonight, brother? Merry Christmas.
What's up, bro? Yeah, man. Dude, Christmas was awesome. I'm glad it's over. But, let's get after it, bro. How was your Christmas?
It was good, man. You know, did things a little different this year. You know, I got like a blended home. You know, I got kids with letting them kind of enjoy the time with their moms. We're gonna try. You know, I'm basically Jewish, so you know, I do the Christmas thing for them. So I'm going to try something a little different this year. Do a little Christmas. Let them do all the stuff with their mom for you know, actual Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and all that stuff.
Did you say that you're basically Jewish?
I mean,
What is basically Jewish?
You know, I mean, I am Jewish, but it's like when it comes to the holidays, you know, the kids want to say you know, they want to do the Christmas thing and things of that nature. So you know, you put on the hat and do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure, man.
I mean, I care more about my holiday than I do Christmas, but it's when it comes to the kids, you do what you got to do to put a smile on their face.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
What about you?
You got to do it. You got to do it for the kids.
Were you with friends, family, kids, etc.? How did you spend it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you have to do it for the kids, for show. And we had an easy one though, dude. We did it everybody together. So. Yeah, man. We all did the matching pajamas, and you know, my ex, her boyfriend, her parents, all the kids, everybody together, and it was fun, man. It was good stuff. The kids love it.
Yeah, especially. Yeah. I got some fun stuff planned for mine right after the new year. I got a couple things I'm going to take them to and actually go and do some things. Not like, you know, toys and all the nonsense under the tree. I'm actually going to go take them and go do some things.
Right, for sure, man.
We got a couple of guys in the chat saying Merry Christmas, Daly Wilson. Appreciate the love, guys.
What's up? Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
But want to get in my poll question. Want to get your thoughts. Want to start talking some combat sports, some MMA. And
All
our
right.
poll question is brought to you by Gleason's Bar and Grill, located at 6700 Mill Creek Avenue in Levittown. Use that promo code HUD for 10% off your order whenever you dine in, take out, order online, Gleason Bar and Steaks.com. And our poll question, everyone's talking all this crazy stuff. Jake Paul's this, Jake Paul's that. I want to get your thoughts, man. Should a guy like you be the next UFC veteran to go and step in there with this guy? I know I seen you made a tweet. I think it was like earlier in the summer or whatever. When he was doing his thing, but it almost looks like he hasn't kind of designed opponent. It's a wrestler. It's guys who were like a weight class or belower than him. What are your thoughts? Would you want to get in there, and what do you think?
Yeah. Hold on. Turn my Bluetooth off. Yeah, this is better. Yeah, now your voice is coming from me instead of a speaker over there. All right.
Got you.
Yeah, man. I don't know exactly what tweet you're talking about. I just want to point out.
Like he was saying something. I think you're like, what weight?
I was replying to someone probably. Yeah, for sure. Well, closer to 200 now. I'm coming down lower. But dude, I haven't called out Jake Paul. I don't really want to get.
No, I didn't say you specifically. I just seen you tagged it like I forget what tweet it was. But you just said what weight. I didn't say you particularly called him out. You just said what weight.
Yeah,
I'm just asking in general. Is that something you would entertain? Like I seen people online, they were asking like, "Oh, Anderson Silva should be so." I'm like, I would like to see him with a guy in his own weight who's an actual striker. I don't want to. Anderson Silva's not really a guy who's competing right now. I want to see like someone who's active.
Okay, yeah, for sure. All right, so entertain it. Well, hell yes. Who would not? I mean, if you want to get in there and fight, then that's the top tier right now. Outside of UFC, of course, and UFC anytime soon. So like outside of UFC, that's where it's at really, is creating some kind of big payday that gets you a lot of exposure and really gets you the type of recognition or type of, credibility that you're looking for, gives you that respect and that thing for your legacy or whatever. So belts, fighting Jake Paul or Logan Paul or whatever, dude, I'm down. But they're not going to do that. They're smart and maybe
that's what I'm saying. Like it looks like they have a particular type of style of a guy they want to step in there with.
They're smart. So you first, whenever you're building up, they're just building themselves up very rapidly. Actually, to be honest with you, they're not doing a bunch of fights in between. Nobody's really paying attention to me, so I'm jumping in and doing these little boxing matches. And I'm going to slowly work up my competition and stuff. But they're doing that really quickly by fighting someone that never boxed before, can't strike, and then someone who, kind of can strike, whatever. And the first one was,
nothing against Tyron Willen. He's not sitting there saying he's so inept at striking. It's just his background was wrestling. So like for people to be really excited about, I'm like, listen, like anyone who watches combat sports on a regular basis, you kind of see the writing on the wall when you make that matchup. That's why I want to see him against someone who's actually active, not on this big losing streak, and who's a striker. That's the only reason why I mentioned someone like you, because I love watching your fights when you were in UFC, man. That's some stuff I love that era when you were in there. I think right post Chuck in Tito era when the UFC kind of had their real big boom around the Ultimate, right around after the Ultimate Fight or things of that nature, when they had that show, the Strike Force merger, like that was a fun time with a lot of the matchmaking. Some of the fights for you, the fights you had with Okami, that stuff was just fun. Like I think that's kind of something that the UFC's like kind of lost over the years. I don't know if it's when Zuffa kind of got bought out and you have that new regime in now where you see these other avenues opening up. But I mean it's an interesting time in combat sports. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. When I got started in this, man, I was really, when I decided to really like go and try to be a fighter, like I did martial arts my whole life and stuff, but I was playing baseball at the time, and that wasn't going the way that I wanted it to. I was like looking for like, something that I could be really good at. So I was like, dude, I think fighting is big. UFC. It was around that time. I graduated high school in 2002, so it was within a year or two after that that I was like, all right, I want to be in the UFC by age 21. And I just, spent the next 2 years just training and fighting and went from like, not really training for that to just training full time for 2 years, but, with other jobs and whatnot. And I saw the opportunity there, like for UFC to get in on the ground floor before everybody else really jumped in there, and maybe get in there and start building up in the UFC, start ranking up in the UFC, so I could be at the top by the time that it really started paying good money, right? And I was like, that's my opportunity. I have to do that. I have to seize it. So I worked hard, got in there with a lot of help with everyone, and now I'm like I'm at the end of my career, right? Yes, you never know when the now I'm definitely towards the later part of the career, and it's like I'm coming back right in time. It's like an opportunity to make real. It's not even about the money. It's about really, securing the legacy and doing something big. But just being able to be a part of something big, why wouldn't you do it if your body can still do it? So that's what I've been doing the last couple of years, is seeing if I can get my body, ready. Then I'm like, okay, once I know that I can put in solid 3 to 5 years and go hard, then I'll do it, and I made that decision back in about March of this past year.
So when you right around the time when you fought what was it, Tony Lopez for bare knuckle, like right around or after that time?
April, May, June, July, August. So I had about 4 or 5 months to get ready for that. I didn't know the opponent until a month or two out, but I knew, I'd been talking to Feldman for a year or so before that and coming up with a deal. Once we finally sealed the deal, I was already getting in shape, getting in more in like, cardio and that type of stuff. But instead of just weightlifting, because that's what I did for the last 5 years, weightlifting, powerlifting, that type of stuff.
Yeah, man, you see some of your UFC pictures and see some of the stuff there. I'm like, God damn, Belcher's jacked, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to eat my old self for fucking breakfast. Like,
yeah, man, it's So are you concentrating on the boxing side of things, or like are you going to be floating around for bare knuckle and like whatever opportunities come looking your way?
That's it, man. That's my deal with bare knuckle is like, I'm very supportive of what they're doing, and I'm a big part of. I feel like I'm invested in it, and I want to be part of it growing. But we're all on the same page that if there, other opportunities are out there, go different directions and whatnot. So I'm boxing for practice. I feel like I can go to the top ranks in boxing, heavyweight and maybe cruiserweight. Bare knuckle, it's just a matter of time before I win that belt. There's no one in there that can beat me. I mean, is the
What,
way that
who would you like to see next in bare knuckle? Like if you know when you and Dave sit down sometime next year and discuss you know when and where, who are some names you would like to kind of see just matchup wise for some of those fun fights we've been looking for.
So we're talking bare knuckle here.
Yeah.
Okay, and also just to finish out my thought about the last thing is the possibility for me going into MMA is very high. I will say, right now I am committed to doing at least one MMA fight, and that's as far as I'm looking. Really, I'm trying to do this differently without setting a bunch of goals and things. I think if my main goal is just to take it as far as I personally can. You know, I think that's going to be the top of wherever I end up going. I'm going to fight MMA again for sure.
I love that. I love it. Are you going to do something like Masterfall's Game Bread where it's bare knuckle, or do you want to do just straight MMA?
I don't know. I think I might do Game Bread for sure. We've been talking with them. If they pay me enough,
that might be fun to see that. Oh man, that's gonna be fun. I hope so. It would be a nice kind of crossover, especially when you're doing your thing with Feldman, but you're also still looking to have the MMA fights and keep the thing with boxing. I think that's kind of nice little mixture you got going there. I'm intrigued to see what happens. Which kind of comes first for 2022. Oh man,
we'll see. So we did sit down in Tampa, and we talked about me fighting in Jackson, Mississippi, January 29th. Possibly, he asked me if I could fight Quentin Henry at 215.
Oh, Quentin Hero Henry, yeah, that'd be man. Matchup wise, I mean, someone's going down, that's for sure. Holy crap.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be me. I've never been knocked down in my career, bro. Quentin Henry.
Yeah, I'm talking about the style. Like he likes to just bite down on and throw punches. So
tough dude.
He's a tough dude.
But here's the thing. That fight probably is not going to happen. There's a couple other people that we've talked about. Honestly, anyone on that entire roster, I'm down to fight. I mean, obviously, I would step in for a title fight right now.
I mean, and when you really look at it, they don't have like I mean, like kind of like that big kind of big name star there. I mean, like when you look at it, you look at what was it? Hunt, the kid Hunt's trying to take over that middleweight to light heavyweight rankings there. They brought in Hector Lombard. I don't really think he's the long-term option over the next handful of years. I mean, it's real interesting to see what happens and how it plays out, to see who can ascend that. You're even looking at their women's division. That Christine Freire is kind of the girl there, but that's not really the girl they're marketing. It's kind of an interesting situation to see where bare knuckle goes, with who they give the opportunities to and who they give the push to.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think that, they're still figuring it out, dude. Yeah. Anybody on there. And I will say this, dude, there people like say UFC vets coming into bare knuckle, or that's not person that is the best at bare knuckle. It was a real wake-up call for me to fight, and I kind of I tried to train differently, but it was now I'm completely convinced that there's a lot of specific things that you need to do there, and it takes a fighter, not just a skill set. It's a skill set that some people just cannot develop. And I can't really explain exactly.
I just think you have to be a certain type of fighter to be a bare knuckle boxer. I mean, there's guys that are tough and things of that nature, but like there's just some guys that are made for it. Got it.
Took all the fighters, and you're like, okay, you got your boxers and kickboxers, MMA fighters, UFC, everyone. You're like, okay, all you guys got to stop doing that. You have to fight bare knuckle boxing now. All right. Take the champs from each one of those things, and the top, and then the people that know how to do bare knuckle boxing, doing well in it now, right? And then maybe the top 5 or whatever. Just put a whole bunch of them together and make them bare knuckle box. The champs of each one of those: the UFC champ, the PFL champ, the ONE FC champs, the boxing different title holders. They will not be the ones that win in bare knuckle. It's a different type of an athlete. Does that make sense?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Like I've been, I covered Dave's, other promotion XFE before he made bare knuckle, and like we had conversations about it. Like, dude, like it's interesting to see like kind of where this thing is kind of grown and the type of athletes he's kind of bringing in. I'm really excited for him to see the growth of it. But like I said, I know what it takes, and it's not just like the regular guys you see in the training room, like your local, boxing gym, MMA gym. Like it's just a different type of guy or girl. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Well, so I feel like my skill set is best suited for boxing or MMA, really. And boxing, really, just the skills that I've really focused on this year. Has kind of like, it's been just a dream come true for me to be able to practice boxing every day and really go down that road, which is another reason why I'm doing pro boxing. And I want to be a ranked heavyweight, is because it's just like a dream to me. My first year in UFC in 2006, I was 22. I had 2 fights that year. Roy Jones was making a comeback, or making one of his
another comeback,
and he was doing a show in Biloxi promoting himself, and he asked me to co-main event that. So that was like, man, all right, that was really my dream, was to go box. That type of thing was popular then, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to experience all those, and I think probably I had kind of a very distant goal or dream of being a champ of one or all of those. And then the UFC cut that down. They're like, no, you can't do nothing. You can't fight for anyone else. I don't care if it's just boxing, grappling, whatever. And that was like a bummer, man. That really upset me. So just for all these years, I'm like, man, that's a road that I still want to go down. So I'm doing it now, dude. And bare knuckle's not my best skill set. I promise you that. I think MMA is probably my best skill set. MMA and just
I still think taking kicks away from you is not a great game plan, but like still it's one of those things where you're trying to evolve with where the sport is going. So I can't blame you for not dipping your hat in the box and dipping your hat in the bare knuckle. But if you are taking some MMA with game bread or whatever opportunities come out, I really like to say that, I still think your kicks are one of the most underrated, during that era that they're in that UFC middleweight division. I would like to see if you would you ever want to make another run for that for the UFC, or is it just time has passed, that you've moved on, they moved on, there are other opportunities that might be better suited. You were there, you fought some of the best guys in the world. Is it really about going after a UFC belt, or is it just making some of these fun matchups? Like what do you feel?
Yeah, man. So the short story about like how that all went down, what's going on now is like, of course, I had the eye injuries, and I was in my head overthinking it so much, and I felt like I feel like I prematurely probably went down a different road or whatever, but it wasn't the right thing for me to do at that time. I needed, maybe that was a blessing for me. That was just God's showing me.
It's not the time just yet.
develop. Yeah, and I needed to develop in other areas of my life, you know. And I went to, I had to start a gym to make money, and then into the UFC, and then boom, having kids and getting married and everything all at once. I couldn't really focus directly on that. So I learned a lot about myself in that time period. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, man. You learn a lot about yourself, like not just that as a fighter, but as a human being, as a man, things of that nature. You grew as a person. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not just the growth inside of the cage. It's just the growth of the man or the person itself. It is what needs to. Sometimes you just need to mature a little bit more mentally. Like, yeah, we get to a point, but I always think, you know, we always grow at every 5 to 6 years mentally at like in our mindset and think how we do things, etc.
I feel very lucky, man. I feel lucky to have still have the body, the ability to do it with my mind being so sharp, not only at fighting, but more, you know, we're talking about emotional intelligence. And dude, my old self was such a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, by my standards, I'm a totally different person mentally. You know, not in the ring. Like I threw down for sure fighting. It was outside of the ring and preparing and dealing with the losses, just being hard on yourself, negative and things like that. So I kind of stepped away, and eventually, I think about 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, something like that, I was like, all right, now I want to do something, boxing and kickboxing. I want to do something, maybe one more MMA thing. So, but the problem is I'm still under contract with the UFC. So I asked to make my contract, right, to get released. That gave me a lot of freedom. It felt really good, and I think that really got some wheels turning. And almost in a way, I enjoy starting back at the bottom, and then try, you know,
yourself back up again. You know.
Yeah. Here, do what?
As I building yourself back up again. You know.
Bro, yeah. So if I was to go with UFC, right, I would probably start at old contract, payday, and I would be fighting the top guy, right? And it would kind of be like, all right, jump in there and fight the top guy, see if you win, right? And the thing is, that's not my journey right now, bro. That's not my thing. I want to. If it's also a trap. When you go in there, it's exclusive. It's a trap. Not Conor McGregor or something right off the bat. So I want to do bare knuckle boxing. I want to do bare knuckle Muay Thai and bare knuckle MMA. I want to do fucking Welterweight fighting. I want to experience what I want to do, have the freedom to do that. Fuck the money, fuck the belts. I don't care. I want to do this. Me, really. So I have the freedom to do that. Meanwhile, while I'm doing, I'm gonna go, you know, have other opportunities outside. I'll build my value.
All right, before I bring our other two guests, because it was taking Jeremiah a minute to figure things out here. They're both sitting here in the back. What I typically do is kind of throw the proverbial microphone over you. Like, if anyone you want to give some shout outs to, you know, any sponsors you may have, training partners you want to shoot some love to. Obviously, you got these two in the back. The time is yours, Alan.
Oh, okay, cool, man, dude. Shoot, gotta keep the list short. Help, so much help from so many people. One thing that is really, really important to me is my mental health and my spirituality. Somebody that's really helped me with that is Lisa, and she really helps coach me, and like I'll share a link with you guys, but I'm really, you know, dialed into the mind. My friend Robbie Ellis is really inspirational to get me back into this and turning me on breath work and yoga and all different methods to rewire my brain and get to the highest level of mental athlete and my body too. So therapy, performance, everything is led by my uncle Robbie Ellis. So and then I have like a whole other team of people for all kinds of stuff that is helping out. Elevate is my energy drink sponsor. The Upside, Forever Young Men's Health is helping me stay in tune with all my testosterone levels and start working towards being able to fight anywhere, under USADA regulations or whatever. I know I take a lot of shit for being juiced up and being on steroids and all that bullshit. Thing is, I'm going to be natty and I'm going to become.
I love it. I love it.
I'm not going to put, throw myself out in front of a bus or anything, but I will say that I'm 37 years old. I've experimented with testosterone and hormone replacement therapy and all that. So here's the thing, though. I don't take a bunch of fucking juice and black market stuff and all that type of thing. I am literally like very, very close to being 100% natty. I just take supplements.
There you go. Well, let's bring these other two in here and switch gears real fast here. And with that, our next sponsor is for that next interview is the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. Many of us and our families have mental health and addiction issues. We're happy to support the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. So if you need any help, please call 856-651-8117. And Miss Hannah, Guy, how you feeling tonight, my friend? Merry Christmas.
What's up? Merry Christmas. How are you?
I'm great. Yeah. Good fun. Went a little bit long with Alan. Jeremiah was having some problems. I don't know if his is frozen down here. I don't know.
Yeah.
You hear me, Jeremiah?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, you're on a black screen, but we can hear you loud and clear.
What's up? All right, what do I need to do? Hold on. What about that?
I mean, we're still. Maybe you flip it around. Maybe it's going the wrong way. I'm not sure. Yeah, we're just getting black on our end. We can hear you loud and clear, my friend. That's for sure.
So let's see. Hold on. Well, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clear, brother.
Damn, I don't know. I can see me. I don't know why you can't.
Hannah, do you see him or is it just me?
I can't see him. It's black.
Okay. As long as it wasn't just me.
Motherfuckers. Let me see.
There's like a little button at the bottom, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
And it says mic, cam, mic. Maybe click those.
There he
there
goes.
You go.
There he goes. See your finger now. There we go.
So maybe you can only use my back. Hold on, let me see if I can use it from my front cam.
That's probably there you go. Hey, hey, we got it.
I don't know why it did that, dude. I was just all right. You all good now?
We're good. We're good.
Yeah,
let's have a little fun. I know you're running a little bit late trying to figure out the technical issues. It's all right. I'm not the greatest when it comes to some of this stuff either. So don't feel bad.
Well, it took me a minute. I was my bad about that.
Oh, don't worry about it. It happens, especially live radio. These things happen. Hannah, how you feeling tonight? How was your Christmas? What'd you get into?
It was pretty chill. I'm just spending time with family. So just been hanging out with my mom. We saw my grandma, and, watched some like family home videos. And then we got back, and now I'm at a friend's house. We went to college together. She lives in Dallas, but she's home right now, so I'm visiting with her. And I don't know if you can see behind me, but her dad has the craziest whiskey like library behind me.
I'm gonna put you in solo real fast so we see that real fast. See that?
You see it?
There you go. We got it back here. We see it in the background. There you go. There's a collection there.
Yeah, and there's more like all on this wall right here. It's
That's
dope.
awesome.
Yo, I made it back.
All right, that's
Oh,
cool.
what's
That's cool.
that?
You didn't have to go. It's all right.
Y'all got it. Y'all got it from here. What's up, Hannah?
What's that? Merry
Merry
Christmas,
Christmas.
y'all.
Hell yeah.
Jeremiah's still trying to get his connection issues going.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll wait for Jeremiah to hop on. All right, let me grab my headphones.
He's still here. He's still.
Am I
We were
good?
trying to get him situated. Hannah's
Yeah,
good.
you're like frozen, Jeremiah. But we
Hey, I'm grabbing my
Yeah,
headphones. Yeah. I'm good.
So, what do you feel for this year? Like, I want to ask you guys. You know, obviously, you know, it's the end of the year. You know, what is some of your favorite you know, either combat sports moment or sports moment that kind of caught your eye this year?
Well, for me, you know, I beat down Valerie Loretta, so that was fun.
Yeah. Literally,
That was definitely
I had
the
someone
highlight of my
messaging me
year.
about that fight, but right before, like a couple hours before we got on, he's like, "Yeah, really excited to hear you got Hannah on. Yeah, Bellator put you in one of those fights where she's gonna take this L. We're gonna build this we're gonna build our star up and things of that nature." Hannah comes walking in, we're like, "Yeah, no, none of that. We're not playing any of that tonight. We're gonna ruin all your nice little plans." There you go, Jeremiah. How you feeling, my brother?
What's up, brother?
What's your sports moment for the year? I was just asking Hannah. Hers is obviously, you know, her upset on Bellator, knocking Valentina Letourneau out. You know, you know, putting her in her place, letting Bellator know that you know, she's just not a stepping note for somebody. What's your combat sports moment or sports moment for the year?
Mine was Alan's bare knuckle debut. Honestly, bro, real talk. That was kind of like one of my that was my favorite thing of that I was a part of or watched was the debut of Alan. I think just being with him and just watching that come together to me was just badass to me.
It was cool seeing Alan compete again.
I was really excited for that. I mean, that's just it goes a lot more than just a fight with me with him. It goes just back. He knows more about what I'm getting into when I say that, but that to me was just fucking epic, man.
What about you, Alan? What's your sports moment for the year?
My sports moment for the year?
Yeah, just
I didn't pay attention to shit all year for the whole.
It could be, you know, it could be anything.
Look, all I cared about all year long was my fight and coming back, Jeremiah getting ready, and Hannah. These are my people right here. This is my team. This is my people. So I don't give a fuck about nothing else. I barely follow UFC or bare knuckle or any of that. Like, I'm focused 24/7 on getting myself right.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm the same way. Like if I'm in your situation, Alan, I'm just going like who's riding with me. Everyone in my circle. Obviously.
Did you see Hannah? Did you see Hannah versus Taylor Starling?
That was a fight.
I mean, Hannah, badass grappler, wrestler. Yeah, man. She stepped in.
Daniel's got a question for Hannah down here at the bottom. Hannah, do you feel motivated going into that fight with Valerie, knowing that people, you know, booked the fight thinking, you know, you were supposed to be a tune-up fight for her?
Oh, fuck yeah. That was very motivating. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Sorry.
Hey, listen to ATD Radio. We don't give a fuck. We have Tommy's.
Okay.
In the intro, he says, "What the fuck are you talking about? The F-bombs don't matter here."
But yeah, like I love being the underdog in fights. It's super motivating for me. You know, I can also handle the pressure of knowing I'm supposed to win a fight, you know. But like I always go into it with the same attitude no matter what. I'm going into it to have fun, to get better, and put on my best performance. So I just focus on that. And but yeah, it definitely motivated me. And I knew either way it would be great exposure for me doing the Valerie fight. And you know, I thought Bellator would, you know, offer something after that, but they didn't. So
You ruined their
that's
plans.
cool. Either way, people saw that fight and saw how I handled Valerie.
Yeah, and then you take the bare knuckle fight after that, right?
Yeah, I did MMA fight, and then the bare knuckle. Yeah, those are the big ones after that. So
obviously Scott didn't say anything to you afterwards.
No. I saw in an interview he was talking about the fights, and people brought up, you know, Valerie this, Valerie that, and then finally an interviewer was like, you know, what about Hina? You know, are you gonna offer her anything? You know, what are the plans for her? And he kind of said, oh yeah, we'll definitely bring her back, but crickets.
It probably means when we come back to that area again, you know, we'll let you know.
Yeah, it's all good though. Like honestly, it was the best thing because, you know, I wouldn't have been able to do bare knuckle. I wouldn't have been able to get more experience in the cage outside of Bellator. So, you know, I can still be a free agent like Alan was talking about earlier. And so that's pretty cool to be able to kind of choose and pick what I want to do and kind of be.
I think she's doing what she needs to be doing right now, is developing herself, taking it slowly. Yeah,
like you you already got that big win in Bellator in MMA. You know you already have, you know, one of those fights that was like a fight of the year type of candidate with your bare knuckle boxing fight. And what Tapology said, what you have like 5 or 6 fights. Like listen, you're still kind of building that brand up. Like you've already gotten some of them signature wins. It'll happen when it happens. It's just when those opportunities come in, just snatch them and take them and run with them.
Yeah. Hannah's paving a good road for herself.
Yeah, now I have a great team behind me. You know, I had a great team before, but this is like an even better team, and I'm really getting focused in and, you know, being taken care of a lot better now. So my mindset's a lot better. So things are looking good.
If you got the team around you, and you already got your mindset set that's in the right place. Like me and Alan, we're talking about some things. Like sometimes it's the right time, the right place. Like you got to wait that everything lines up for the right reason. Sometimes it's meant to be. Sometimes it's you just got to let some of it ride. Hopefully we'll see what 2022 holds for you. Well, what are some of your wish list for next year? Opportunities you would like to see, things you would like to do, etc. As far as your career.
For me, I'd like to do maybe some bare knuckle MMA, possibly another bare knuckle boxing, and then of course more MMA, get more experience in the cage. So and then I'd like to compete more in jiu-jitsu too, honestly, and just keep leveling up. We got
a big Fury grappling here in Philadelphia on the 30th. I lost count of how many top level jiu-jitsu and UFC fighters they got on that one. Like it's crazy. And like you're seeing a lot more of your higher level grappling matches happen. Hell, you've seen what Amanda Levy did with Gabby Garcia this year. So I mean, I'll bring that up because that I'll use that as my sport moment of the year. Amanda Levy, shocking the grappling world.
Yeah, that is cool.
Dispatching Gabby like she was nothing. I love it.
For sure. Yeah, she's a beast.
What about you, Jeremiah? I know I'm been talking talking to Hannah. Like, what are some things you'd like to do in 2022? I know, you've been involved around this sport, around aspects of the sport. Ultimate Fighter. You've been on Tough Enough. You've been through the gauntlet of reality shows and things of that nature. What are some things that you're looking to accomplish in 2022, man?
Just whoop somebody's fucking ass, man. I'll be honest with you. The only thing I'm looking for 2022 is just I really like to just bare knuckle, man. That's really like my main focus. I don't have no more focus on anything else. With me is where I'm at. I think it's just this is it's all me. The bare knuckle thing I think is what I've been waiting for. I mean, it might have took years to wait on it, but it's kind of like one of them things, just timing, things come together. Just it's all aligned. But I mean, honestly, man, I'm trying to make some fucking money. That's what I'm looking at, money, and knock motherfuckers out. I'm just really on like a whole different kind of level. And Alan, anybody will tell you, there's lots of levels of this shit, and it goes a lot more than just being physical. It's a mental game, and when you tap into some shit that you are aware of, or some people are unaware of, man, you can really do some big things. And where I'm at right now with my new team and the people that are around me, there's a big difference between someone being in your corner and your ring. The people that I got with me are definitely in my corner. The motherfuckers in my ring are gonna get knocked the fuck out. So I mean, honestly, I'd really like to, I'd like to get me 3 good fights in bare knuckle. Go, just say if I had or more, go, undefeated, and then of course it's all about that strap, man. I mean, that's really what I'm looking for. And I just don't see it being any other way.
Hey man, I think everyone has that dream and want to go after and get it, and like see hearing that fire from you. Obviously, you've been around things. Obviously when set this up, Reed said you were doing some bullfighting. What was that?
Well, so when I walk, what has it been, 8 years or something like that? When I was with Bellator and stuff, a lot of people, I don't quit shit. I guess you could say this is kind of finish what you start. But, I walked away, whatever. I guess everybody has their own reasons. But back in 2015, I started professionally riding bull, or getting into the bull riding, and then just went straight into the professional aspect of it. And I'm still currently doing that. So, other than that, the only 2 things that's really other than riding bulls and bare knuckling, dude. I mean, I'm really focused. I mean, I haven't, just say almost killed myself or just beat the shit out of myself. Just, I mean it that way in a funny way, but really like all the hard work and dedication just don't come for nothing. I really believe the last 5, 6, 7 years or whatever that I've been doing, it's just led me up to doing what I'm doing or fixing to do. You want to talk about tough, man. I mean, I just don't think there's another motherfucker tougher. I mean, I've been there. I've done that. I just, some people are just built different ways, and I just know I'm one of them.
I think that Riggs is like one of those athletes, like what I was talking about, that has the specific attributes for bare knuckle.
Like when you see some guys and you just know that like they're kind of like some of the earlier guys that they brought in when they brought Chris Lieben in, and you see obviously they're bringing in Mike Perry, and we're going to see him matched up with Julian. Those are guys that those are fighters. Those are guys that it's either on my shield or I'm putting you out, one or the other, and those are type of the guys you want to see in the sport. Daniel's got another one for any one of you. What is something that as bare knuckle offered you guys that has attracted you to want to compete more in bare knuckle compared to other offers that might be on the table?
No, man, for me, no, fuck that. I mean, I'm looking at my offer it's really the sometimes you just gotta take the opportunity what's given to you. You know, for me, I mean, I'll get my, I guess you could say, offer. It's all on the table. Only thing offered me is right here in these hands. But sometimes you just, you know, the offers left under or on the table, however you want to say it. You know, for me, it was just, I mean, it's just pure competition. It's just fighting, man. And like I think, like Alan said, you know, me and Alan's had many conversations of just built. I just, man, it's like I say, no big offer, nothing other than just what intrigues me as far as the bare knuckle goes. You know,
It's more of an opportunity,
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
for me and Riggs both. We talked about that a lot. It's the opportunity. It's not necessarily the money. It's just
it's the platform.
It's a platform that Riggs sees as something that he's made for and he can go to the top of. And for me, it's something that I am interested in experiencing, and that I know that I can prepare myself for it. I can develop the skills, and I like that type of challenge. And it's just a building block. It's a good way for me to go and get exposure, use that platform, and make good money while I'm building myself back up and building and developing myself to go on and do other things. Which doesn't mean I'm not going to stay, you know, defend my belt or whatever there once I finally get to fight for it. Once I finally get to fight again. I didn't want to sit on the shelf this long, dude, but it looks like it's all happening for a reason. Me and Riggs may fight together January 29th, Jackson, Mississippi, which is probably the most important soundbite of this whole fucking call. Jackson, Mississippi, January 29th.
I'll make sure that thing's clipped up and gets sent over to you guys.
Right.
I mean, now obviously you two guys are you know are hoping that you know the stars align and you guys are going to be on that Jackson card. Hannah, what's your expectation for your next dance, date partner, etc.?
I have some things in the works, but nothing like 100%. So yeah, nothing exactly planned right now. I have some grappling things planned, but yeah.
We do have one thing for Hannah that it's me and Hannah and Riggs will all be doing something together. We can't really say much about it, but in a couple of months, we'll probably be fighting the same night, all three of us.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, anyone like it, you know, I know you can't say too much. Is it something local or something big?
Oh, probably a little bit of both, but more of like a local, more. Yeah, I can't give you that too many hints.
It's all right.
He's trying to sneak one. He's trying
to picking at you again in like another month or two. See if I can get it out.
Right. Yeah, man. But dude, I'm gonna hop off here and let you guys.
Dude, really appreciate the time, Alan. Anything else you want to say before you go? The time's yours, brother.
No, man. Thanks for the opportunity. Merry Christmas,
man,
everybody.
Really appreciate
Hannah, Riggs, I love you guys. I will see you guys
really
this
looking
week.
forward to whatever's next, man. If it's January 29th, best of skill, man. Cannot wait. Whether it's bare knuckle, whether it's boxing, whatever's next. I know you're going to do your thing, man. Appreciate the time and enjoy the rest of the holidays, man.
All right, man. Later.
All right, I was Alan the Talent Belcher. I can't wait to see what he's gonna wind up doing when he gets his chance to unleash. You know, when you get put on the shelf that long, and especially when it's like not what you want to do, he's whoever is going to be on the other side. I feel bad for it. That's all I gotta say. You know, it could be somebody I want. Like we were already talking. At first they were talking about Henry. You know, he might be a guy, and there might be some other guys. We'll see. You know, who would you like? Who would you like to see your boy go in there against Jeremiah?
On what's that? On Alan?
Yeah, who'd you like when the matchup comes down? Like, who would you like to see him go in there
Hold
with?
on, I got you. What'd you say now?
Who would you like to see him get matched up with? Like if you could pick a perfect match for that night for him, you're the matchmaker for him. Who you putting him in there? You making the title fight? You giving him a name to dispatch just to make people remember who he is? Well, what are you doing?
Oh, for Alan as far as bare knuckle.
Yeah.
Man, I know the Henry fight would be crazy as fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think
I already said that, man. Just because the style he has, he likes to just bite down, go right in the middle, just start throwing punches, and I'm just like, oh man.
Yeah, and that would be pretty intriguing. It was weird that even come up because just as I've watched a little bare knuckle and everything, when I seen that, I was kind of like, oh shit, oh yeah, that would be badass right there. As far as me matchmaking them, I mean, I don't really know a lot of the heavyweight guys or who's who yet. Like I said, I'm kind of like Alan as far as when it comes down to just following everything.
I'm gonna circle it back around. I want to go to this poll question. You guys weren't on here for that. Jake Paul's been sitting there saying he's exposing the former UFC fighters and things of that nature. Now, if your teammate Alan Belcher was able to get in there, you think he would even have a possibility of recreating, what he's done with some of these rundown wrestlers he's boxing?
Oh, you talking about?
Alan would murder Jake.
Yeah, you talking? No. Yeah. No, that wouldn't.
We were talking about it. Like, obviously, I asked Alan, and I still think they go after specific guys, wrestlers. You don't really, Alan's kind of more of a striker, comes from a striking background, a lot bigger. If you look at the guys that he's fought in, the UFC guys that he's fought in, they're welterweights. What they're fighting at, like cruiserweight.
What's the other? There's Jake and who? What's the other one?
Well, what was the other one? What was it? Askren. It was Ben Askren.
Yeah, no, we're talking about there's Jake Paul.
He's fighting wrestlers.
What's the other Paul brother?
Logan.
Logan.
Yeah. Logan's the bigger one, right?
I believe so.
Either one, Alan would
kill Jake Paul.
And there's the man that set up everything for tonight, Mr. All-Star MMA. Appreciate the love.
Yeah,
love you guys. Reed's the man. Big shout out to All-Star MMA and Reed for setting it up tonight.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks a big shout out to Reed, man. That dude right there, real talk. If I could say something, man, Reed's been fucking awesome, man. He just like out of nowhere too, like wings of an angel, bro. Real talk. You talking about somebody that has your back, like straight up. I have a lot of respect for that dude right there, and All-Star, like, all them peeps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been friends with Reed through media, terms, and even before I came here to A2D Radio. So always got time for Reed and his athletes. I'm sure he does a lot more for you guys than he does for me setting up interviews. Things of that nature.
And this is just the start of it, man. This really is. I can't wait to really just let it keep rolling. So with Alan and me and Hannah and I think what we have is a team and something that's newly developed, is especially as far as like me and Hannah goes. I think it's going to be pretty epic this year on what we can do, what we're capable of. What we're capable
for sure.
of.
Yeah, ever since.
Here's the deal. I mean, there's going to be you're going to have highs and lows in anything.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who watches combat sports know how it is. There's peaks and valleys. Sometimes your peaks are super high. Sometimes your valleys are really low. Sometimes they're not that low. Sometimes
that's right.
It all really depends on how everything kind of works out for you. Like we say, everything kind of works works in weird ways. Sometimes everything has to work out a specific way for everything to pan out. You know, Alan was already there in the UFC. He's fought some of the best guys in the world. I still feel like, you know, that era when he was there, love that era, you know. But I also agree with the fact that I don't think he, you know, it's anything he should bother entertaining anymore. It's kind of, you know, with what he's trying to do moving forward. You know, looking forward to see what he could do. Bare knuckle boxing. You know, he was talking doing some bare knuckle MMA. Whatever. You know, I know Hannah mentioned it. Is that something you'd have some fun with? Calling up, you know, Mr. Masvidal, getting some bare knuckle MMA going on.
Yeah, no, about me.
Yeah. I'm talking to you, Mr.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just straight up like I had the question asked, you know, like it was as far as the MMA or kickboxing scene goes on, and I said, yeah, you know what, man, I really want to just stick to the brand, man. I want to fight for bare knuckle. That's kind of what I want to seal my legacy in. I want to fight, you know, just I don't want to like just say not bounce around more or less, if that makes sense. But I'm not saying I don't have any interest back in.
Oh
MMA,
no, I know what you're saying. You want to get a home and build with that home. Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
Right, and well, the other thing is, you know, I don't want to get my legs trashed because then I ain't riding shit. As far as my bull riding,
you're definitely still bull riding, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Like, I mean, it's been a long, hard road, and I'll be honest with you, man. I think that shit just built me up. I mean, if you only could imagine the mental side of that game, especially since, like I said, 2015 to now, I just don't think it's a better time for me to bare knuckles. I mean, if you want to talk about toughest shit in the world, you know, as far as sports, I mean, we're bull riders, dude. Yeah, watch it.
I mean that's definitely tough, but I agree. Bull riding's tough, but you know, being a female mixed martial artist, in this climate right now, because it's tough, Hannah. Is it not like it's either you're to get the fans? Was it kind of the expectation is what, you know, half naked shot mixed in with training videos? Is that kind of not the formula to success? I mean, it kind of is, and it's kind of it's like wait.
But I'm determined to break that. I'm determined to break that.
Well, no, and then you look at bare knuckle, like they have like but kind of both sides of that coin, you know, where you have Christina Ferreri right there, and then you look at the other girls that are in that weight class, you know, I think you know, Britain's kind of one of the ones that kind of earned some of that respect, you know, since, you know, like she built herself on that scene. You know, Taylor's another one who's kind of building a name for herself. You know, it's kind of interesting, like where no one's really talking about Christine, where everyone's talking about everyone else in the division. And it looks, at least through social media, it looks like Christine has had just about enough of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I know it's got to be tough. Look, when I met Hannah, you know, after the fight, you know, I was sitting there. I mean, we was riding around, and me, Alan, all of a sudden, I just said, "Look, that was awesome to me. That pumped me up." You know, I told her, I said, "Look, I know that stuff." You know, I mean, in a way, I said, and what's even tougher to me when I saw the fight. I mean, I didn't get a chance when I really got the chance to sit there and watch the whole, just by myself and watch it. I called her. I was real. She was laughing. I called her. I was like, "Motherfucker!" Like that was it really amped me up, because I was like, I don't know if she realized what I say we realized in her, going, "Hey, you know, that just wasn't just a normal fight. You're, to me, not even following the sport, or I know who you was fighting. You're fighting one of their top fighters, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. I think
like,
so.
listen,
I mean, that was
like you know, it's something that Daniel was already touching on. The fact that they didn't call her afterwards kind of all kind of speaks to where they kind of felt where she was coming into it. But again, like I said, listen, that's part of my highlight reel now. I got her names now. Now somebody I can just throw right over my shoulder. Like, listen, she's in the middle of building like I said, she's in that early stage right now. I'm looking forward to seeing what's next. Like she's already putting herself around like got guys like you in the training room and Alan and things of that nature. Like, listen, you're only going to wind up getting better and get more opportunities. The more the more mat time you get, the more cage time you get. The more grapple, etc. Like,
that's right. Well,
just continue, just continue to evolve and continue to sharpen that sword every day. And it's just a matter of time. I think the one thing about it is in women combat sports is there's always room for somebody else, because we've seen it for Ronda's kind of the one that kind of initially kind of took the torch and kind of blew it up nationally, and then you get Amanda Nunes. She was the GOAT for the better part of the last 2.5 3 years or so. You just had Juliana Pena come in, somebody maybe not as stylish, and it doesn't do anything great, but she's well rounded. She's a well rounded fighter. She has heart. She has determination. She has grit. Listen, she's not going to be the greatest at one thing, but isn't that what makes MMA great? You don't have to be the best at all this, as long as you're well rounded. You got a gas tank and you don't quit. You put yourself in a lot of good situations.
There's a lot to be said for having a super strong mindset and grit.
I still think like sometimes like the mental part of it is more than anything. I think like even when you go back and we were just talking about Ronda, I think a lot of the times at the beginning she beat everyone beforehand. It's just, it wasn't just like it wasn't just like she that fact that she was better. Just is the fact that she was able to get that move off on somebody so fast.
Yeah,
and very few people were able to shut that down. It was just it was just a matter of time before somebody kind of figured out her game plan. Now, when you're looking at the evolution of where it comes now, it doesn't really matter if you're a specialist or things of that nature.
Well, there's still a big room. Like I was telling Hannah, I said there's such a big opportunity. Like going back with me and Belcher were saying, like if the Bare Knuckle, it's such a big opportunity and it's such a early start of it. The opportunity is for someone like Hannah. I mean, you could you're where you're at now, especially with the fight that she just put on. Oh, your stock is just rising, and it is going to be tough. But they're to me, looking at the female brand, there's a lot of room. Especially
what you have to think is, if you really think about it, it's within its first 10 years of national kind of spotlight type of thing. So, you really look at the sport in MMA as a whole, it's probably 30 years of, if you really kind of think of what it really is, it's about 30 years now. So we're talking about a sport that's a baby compared to, all the other sports. Boxing's been around for 100 years. The NFL, the NFL's, 100 years. Basketball 75. Like, all these other sports have been built so long. We're just getting to the point now where it's not just, I feel like it's not all about Dana White and the UFC or Bellator for that matter. I feel that we're getting in, a new part where there's a little room and space for everybody. I hope we see a lot more athletes, like Jorge Masvidal, doing what he's doing with Game Bro. You also have guys like well, no, you still, and people forget, Sean Merriman, former NFL player, he's got an MMA promotion out there in California. What's called Lights Out. So you have I want to see more people involved. But if you could change one thing about combat sports, or your Christmas list, if you could change one thing about combat sports, what is it? Open judging, what was something you would like to change the sport for better? I'll give you each a chance to answer. I guess Hannah first, and then we'll go with Jeremiah.
Yeah.
I personally hate weight cutting, but I don't really have a better solution, but I do hate that. Maybe let's just try to fight at what our natural weight is. I don't know. It may not work because sometimes it is kind of like advantageous.
Well, no, and
but-
you even look at it, you again going back to Amanda Nunes, we were talking about this previous fight where she was talking about like the fight before that, where her like crying to her wife Nina Ansaroff about how tough that weight cut was down to 135 pounds. I think there could be something for both men and women to kind of find some common ground, so we have less and less of these fighters causing injuries because they're dehydrating themselves, because that's how you guys were taught to do it from way back when, and causing more injuries, not to just your brain because you're so dehydrated, but God forbid other things. Thank you, Dana, for bringing up. You got Eagle FC with Khabib now as well. One FC has great shows overseas. There I think you're seeing a bigger boom in MMA. It's interesting to see what'll happen over the next 5 to 10 years. We've already seen kind of, I guess, we're in the celebrity fights now. Is that what we're doing right now? Is that the era we're in?
Yeah, I see a lot of that now. And obviously the era of getting fucking paid.
Hey man, like very few is getting like, I mean, like as much as people like to be upset about how everything goes with the Jake Paul and the Tyron Woodley thing. Tyron Woodley made more in the last 2 fights than he did in his entire title run. And Alan was talking about like if he's going back, he's gonna have to go back for that crap start to go and fight some of the best in the world, and it's not something I would suggest that anyone do at this point in time, unless you're getting that better cut from the gate. In some cases, it's not in the card, so you're better off trying these other avenues, and I think that's where the overall sport in general has evolved in some sense, because you guys have a lot more avenues to not just build your brand, but to be paid adequately. Jake Paul trying to put a magnifying glass on something that he's making Dana White as the bad guy when it's not really he's the bad guy. At the end of the day, Dana White still answers to somebody. People tend to forget about that. I'm not sitting there saying Dana's a saint and everything or anything like that, but he's not as much the villain as people want to make him out.
No, I look, whenever I had my dealings with Dana White, dude, I ain't got nothing to say about. I like Dana White. Every time
he seems cool as fuck.
I mean, I just seen somebody post out something. He was in some store down in Vegas last night, going at the ATM, paying for X amount of families to get food last. Like he takes care of people, and and at the end of the day, like, dude, you can't take care of everybody. You have to set a format for things. You know what I mean? And if you look at the pay now compared to what it was X amount of years ago, it's going up. I mean, it's not where it should be. No, let's be honest, it's not where it should be, but it's gone up considerably. I don't want to take that away from
him. Like you said, it's a young sport.
It is.
I think if you're gonna do MMA
in the first 30 years of it, that's still baby talk. Still baby talk when we talk to these other sports. When people are like, "Oh, well, look what boxing fighters make." Boxing's been around for hundreds of years. We're going to talk about boxing purses. Well, yeah, people have been invested in boxing way longer than they have in other combat sports. So I really don't want to hear that excuse either anymore.
Well,
I think that's a bad comparison, in my opinion.
I think mostly what I guess I could put a nail on that is I think what most people look at is when you say, like, just say, hey, man, we're the biggest name in combat sport or whatever. We're doing bigger numbers than boxing. We're doing bigger numbers than the NFL or whatever. Well, what people go, everybody always chases, or not say chases the money, but goes to where follow the money. Well, if you follow the money, if you go to NHL, NBL, NBA, NFL, any of them, every one of them guys, I mean, even their practice squad, they have a minimum. Of
yeah,
pay.
But they also they also have 10 times more money coming in for you. Know what I mean?
But I think when you look at that, I think sometimes people look at that comparison where you're comparing it to boxing. Well, these guys getting paid this and that. I mean, people are getting paid. Don't get me wrong, but it's also in. I mean, you got to take the opportunity. You got to prove yourself and stuff like that. But I do believe that in some cases that I've seen personally, it's just like, holy fuck, man, how are you even supposed to have a guy that's got a family? I mean, let's be like honestly legit here. So for the amount of effort at that level that we're fighting at, I mean, come on, man. Fucking a few $1,000s or whatever, that ain't getting you shit. Trust me. I mean, I've been on both sides a lot.
No, I mean, in all honestly, I don't think that any combat sports athlete should be able to walk home with less than 20 grand in their pocket just because of what it takes for, like, if you're doing MMA, okay, well, Hannah's got to train wrestling. She got to bring in a wrestling coach, and got to bring in some training partners.
Yeah.
She also has to bring. Well, she's also fighting somebody maybe a little bit bigger. Well, so yeah, I got to find somebody who's a little bit longer. And with some strike, people don't understand what goes into going through the camp. Not finding your nutritionist, getting the food that you need, all these things, and at the end of the day, then you go to the promoter and be like, okay, it's 5 and 5.
It's a big difference. Now, I mean, talent versus hard, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. But let me explain. This is where it's a big difference when you get two top athletes and you take the money where one can spend on whatever the training, everything, and one is.
I mean, honestly, I think every handful of years, like not one, but a handful of promoters should go and put like like $1 million tournament together to give more of these athletes something like PFL. Obviously, PFL does that a lot more often now. Like they're doing a thing of that nature and making it a common thing. Obviously that they're a rebrand from World Series of Fighting. I actually think they got the secret weapons hiding over there with Kayla Harrison and Clarissa Shields right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they got a good promotion. Honestly,
they always did have a good promotion. If people tend to forget, Justin Gagey came from there, Marlon Moraes came from there. A lot, even a lot of the UFC guys, they've rebuilt their careers on the back of what World Series of Fighting PFL was. Listen, there's space in combat sports for everybody.
They're putting more guys fighting for $1 million than anybody else.
Listen, I told people long ago I would never put if you're getting into the sport, don't ever put all your hats into I want to be a UFC fighter. Just be like I want to be one of the best paid and highly entertaining fighters on the planet.
Exactly.
That's what I would want to be.
Being famous don't pay your bills. Not at all.
Alan's got a check mark next to his name on just about every social media platform. I guarantee he didn't get paid as much as he needed to before he got on his way to get that thing. It means nothing in reality. Like I said, they say the followers, all that stuff doesn't mean anything unless if you were taken care of properly by the sport, and that's a lot of reasons why we see some of these.
But it does give you leverage.
No,
I guarantee Valerie Loretta gets paid real good because of her almost 1 million followers on Instagram.
Oh yeah, definitely. That I mean, yes, it does get you. It does.
And going on back on that side of it, like what we were talking about earlier, is that even more of a frustrating thing that like you see girls like Valerie and things that you see what Paige has done, and it's some of these other fighters.
I see both sides. I can either be frustrated about it, or I can work to market myself and build my own legacy in my own way, where I feel like I'm living within my moral standards and get to the same amount of followers or whatever, so I have that leverage myself. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, everyone has a story to tell. It's being able to get that story out to everyone, for them to relate to. Like I still think everyone has a story, a like something to make you unique to be able to be exciting outside of just throwing punches, kicks, and and getting your hand raised or whatever. I think it's always going to be more than that.
Yeah, for sure. I think as an MMA fighter, especially since it's young in the sport, we're not getting paid amazing. You have to be able to like market yourself and make money, with sponsorships, and then get your followers up as much as they need it. So you got to get that up so you have the leverage.
Fights like Hannah's bare knuckle fight. That's what gets you paid. That's what gets you fucking in the spotlight.
Yeah, man. Like I said, like you take those opportunities. Maybe you don't get the win, but you don't back down. You make sure people remember. You make sure people remember your name.
When I look at that kind of fight, and this is kind of what you talking about, changing something and fighting. This is what, when you look at that kind of fighting, you look at that fight. I'll go watch that fight again tonight. I would go watch that kind of fighting ever. And for Hannah, I told her, if I said, you don't take no fucking L with that. I would walk away head held out because they threw you their best.
Yeah.
And you went, I promise you, that girl knows who the fuck Hannah Guy is, and so does everybody else. But to me, going back to the fights like that are what the promoters ought to be over there fucking drooling over someone like Hannah, going, hey, here's a fucking bonus. Holy shit. Like, with some commas on her check. You know what I mean? Like, them are the fight, and it shouldn't matter on the L.
I mean, the one thing that she could just hope for is that we get somebody who really wants to get behind this women's division as far as like bare knuckle boxing side of thing goes, and really kind of push this thing where it's not just about social media influencers or like that. That's great to bring eyes in. That's great. Don't get me wrong, but in the overall scheme of things, as long as there's a direction for it, I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to me, I hate when someone, you can't nowadays, and this by following the fighting, any kind of fighting, they always look at that W in front of your record don't have nothing to do with the fighter necessarily, if that makes sense. It's kind of like seeing,
I know what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Your favorite fighter lose a fight, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, he's fucking done." I'm like, dude, he just lost one fucking fight. You know what I mean? It's like, how is
some people are done after that, but not us.
They just drop off the face of the planet.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't. It's like gladiator. We're gladiators. That's what we do. We don't. You win and you learn. We don't lose.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was very proud of myself for that fight, especially because I couldn't see very well those last 3 rounds, and I was still moving my head way more than any of my other MMA fights. So
yeah,
and giving still her landing. I was getting hit, but I was still landing. So. Yeah, I'm definitely more proud of myself.
So do you have a favorite for BKFC's women tournament for this coming year? What are you feeling? Who do you think's going to come out of this thing?
I honestly don't really keep up with it, so I can't really say.
That's fair.
It's like them. Like I'm just.
I know. Listen. You're concentrating on what you are. What they're doing is what they're doing.
Yeah.
You don't have a name on a contract, so it's not like you have a vetted interest in it.
Yeah,
go ask them that question. They wondering and how they ain't fighting Hannah Guy. That's what the fuck they're going through their minds.
Yeah, I just have that warrior mentality. I'm just here to fight. Have
well,
fun
if you already
doing
got them going on the 29th, man, you should be making some of the same noise. Like, hey, why don't you find me a dance partner? What's going on?
We stay on her ass, trust me.
Oh, I'm sure. I remember like when I first started getting my girls in the gym, man. It was. Making sure like I would say something to some of the guys. I'm like, make sure you guys are beating her up a little bit. Don't take it easy on her.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you guys do the same thing. You guys put her in those tough positions and make her work, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, got to. I mean, that's it builds character. It's just the grit part of it. Hey, I got you back, but I'm gonna make you work through it. You know what I mean? We're gonna get through this together. That's kind of when, you in there by yourself. Even when it comes to your fight, you're in there by yourself, but it's you got when someone really truly has your back. That's where this changes. That's where this team right here is going to be way different than anything else.
Now I know we're getting a little over some of the time we were gonna be. What I typically want to do, Hannah, I want to throw it over to you. Kind of give you a chance to kind of give some shout outs. Any sponsors. Let people know where to follow you on social media. Anything you're doing outside of the cage you want to let people know about. Hannah, the time is yours, and then Jeremiah, we're gonna kick it back to you and do the same thing for you, brother.
Yeah. So like I said, I can't really say much about like my upcoming stuff because it's not like 100%. So not really allowed to talk about it yet, but I do have some big things in the works that I'm excited about. I do have a grappling. It might be the 29th. I hope not though, because I don't want to miss Alan's fight, which I'll definitely cancel that for Alan and Jeremiah's fight. But anyways, hex.com is a big sponsor for me. They are a cryptocurrency, kind of like a CD, gains interest. And they're pretty big. They're awesome dealing with them. And Mike Winless is the guy who I'm kind of connected with them. So hex.com is definitely like my biggest sponsor, biggest supporter. And yeah, just my team, Alan, Jeremiah, they're awesome. Had some other people step up and help me with the bare knuckle, and then people that want to help me, in my upcoming stuff. I've had a bunch of gyms stay behind me. But yeah, so those are my biggest ones. Financially blessed as financial mindset coach that helps me not only with figuring out where I want to invest my money, but also paying off my debt and getting my credit score up. They've helped me a lot with that. So that's big. And yeah, that's all I got. Social media, Instagram is Hannah Guy MMA. Pretty much on every platform is Hannah Guy MMA. But Instagram's the main one I use, and Facebook.
Oh yeah, you definitely don't use your Twitter, that's for sure.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, dude, I went over to your Twitter, it's like Ghost. I was like, oh wait, yeah. I mean it's Hannah Guy MMA, but I'm like, yeah, that's Ghost.
Yeah.
Same with yours, Jeremiah. That's like you haven't made a tweet on your Twitter since like 2015.
I know, man.
But it still says you're a bull rider. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, me and the social shit. It's like me connecting to the fucking internet, dude.
Right. Hannah got on before you figured out how to get on.
I was over like, man, call me. I think I'm doing something wrong.
It's okay. I texted Alan and I was like, I can't find the link. Please send me the link. I can't figure this shit out. So I was having trouble
it's in your text.
You feel better.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad we got you all on here. We figured out the technical difficulties all together. Appreciate Alan as well helping walk you through. Hannah, gonna let you go get Jeremiah his time.
All right. Thank you.
Best of skill coming up. Let me know what's going on whenever you can announce something. Let's get you back on here. Have some fun. Sure. All right. Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
happy holidays.
Good.
Be safe. All that fun stuff, my friend.
All right, y'all too. Bye.
All right,
See ya,
everyone.
Hannah.
That was Hannah Guy. That leaves me here with this hooligan over here, Jeremiah. Well, what I'm going to do the same thing, man. Kind of throw the microphone over to you, man. Anyone you'd like to thank, shoot out those social sites. Thank those teammates, any sponsors you have, anyone else you want to show some love to, or let the people know about. The time is yours, my friend.
Yeah, first I'd really like to thank you first off just for doing this, man. I appreciate you for the opportunity to put this out there, to help us and to help the team build what we're trying to build as far as all of our legacies go. I had a great group of sponsors, man. I couldn't even list the whole name that's gotten me here from this last deal. But everybody in Vicksburg, my hometown, dude, I had a huge hometown supporting, man. Everybody, anybody from Vicksburg, everybody knows who they are. Alan Belcher, man, man, that's been my boy for a long time. I always appreciate him, and he knows that. Like I said, I mean, that dude, me and him had each other back for quite some time. I mean, like literally. Of course, big shout out to Hannah. Being there's a lot. She's got a dog inside of her, and I promise you, it's gonna come out. For everybody to see. Man, Monster Bull, David Berry up there in Locust Grove, Oklahoma, monsterbull.com. That's one of my mentors, one of my new coaches that's been in my life. I can't tell you how much I appreciate him and the Berry Ranch and just the whole family, dude. It's really just set me up to where I'm getting to now, where I'm at. Of course, anything with me social media wise, Jeremiah Riggs, Facebook, my Twitter. I got to get that damn thing back going. Instagram. I'm sure I'm working on all that stuff for because I know with the with Bare Knuckle and everything, I'll get back to going so more people can kind of figure out what I got going on. So other than that, man, I just keep it pretty simple. I do have, I'm sure I'm gonna have some new sponsors coming on board with me and everything this year. So other than that, the floor is pretty open. If anybody out there wants to join me and my team of those. As far as sponsorship, just holler at us. Any three of us: Hannah Guy, Alan Belcher, Jeremiah Riggs.
Well, definitely appreciate all three of your guys' time tonight. Hannah, yourself, Alan. Best of skill for your guys' upcoming fights. In 2020, wherever they happen to be. Keep doing your thing, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, keep me in the loop. I'll definitely love to get all you guys back on here separately, all together, whatever. However you guys want to work it out again. We'll have some fun, man.
Yeah, so like I said, everybody remember January 29th. Oh, and then I know you will probably wonder, I do have an opponent name. It'll be Eric Thompson, the genetic freak. Dude, I'm going to be honest with you, man. We've crossed paths. I mean, I've known that guy like way back in the amateur days. So, I when I seen his name across the board, I was just like, hell yeah, that's going to be a good one, man. Big shout out. Like I tell anybody always fight. Thanks for the opportunity. Big shout out to him for just even saying what's up. It's kind of weird. We just seen each other just this past August at the Slugfest tournament, and said what's up, whatever. But it was kind of weird. It's happened to me in my career before. Fighting somebody that you not know personally, but do know as far as the
it's like you cross paths just because you guys are in combat sports and whether it's grappling, coaching, whatever. Like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? Like sometimes
styles make fights, man. And I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty intrigued to go down this road with him. I think it's gonna be an epic battle, dude. Like real talk. Two gladiators go at it, and especially like I've been around him. I know what he's about. He knows what I'm about, and it's gonna be awesome. But January 29th, Jackson, Mississippi, Bare Knuckle.
Yeah, there you go. Don't miss it.
I tell you what, I will say. Let me say that too. I would love to say to Nate Shook and David Fieldman, Fielder, I do appreciate for that opportunity as far as the whole bare knuckle. Everybody behind the scenes, I appreciate them for the opportunity that's given to me also.
Yeah, listen, them guys at Bare Knuckle always looking to find some guys, give some guys some opportunities.
Well, they
Hopefully,
definitely got a new face, man, and I hope
yeah,
that
man.
new
Let's
side
let's see what Mr. Riggs can do. I know they
They'll be paying
already
attention.
had Mr. Diesel Riggs in there. Let's see what
Yeah.
Jeremiah Riggs is going to do now.
Yeah, you know, that'll be intriguing there. I'll throw that. You know, I met Joe back in the day at the Hit Squad. You know, Joe. It was funny. People think we're related. We might be. You know, but I always said that. I said, man, that'd be a pretty cool headline. Riggs versus Riggs.
Hey, there you go. Listen, you take care of business. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Maybe we can strike that up. Maybe he's listening sometime. We'll have to see. You know, like I said, I'll definitely put my foot in the door and make it worthwhile. I'll seal what I need to seal come January 29th.
Well, I wish the best of skill to you. You know, Alan. You know, Hannah with the respective projects you all got going on. Any last words before I let you go for the night, my friend?
2-1.
All right, brother. Appreciate the time. Again,
Thank
best
you.
of skill. We'll get you back on here again, my friend.
Appreciate it, man. And like I said, Merry Christmas and
Merry Christmas, man. Happy
Thanks
holidays.
for the support.
Be safe, man. Have a good camp. All that good stuff, man.
See you.
All right, everyone. That was Jeremiah Riggs. Another fun one tonight. That should wrap up all the interviews we got lined up tonight. Alan Belcher, you know, UFC veteran. That was a fun one. You know, Jeremiah Riggs. You know, another one of these guys. You know, through the MMA circuit. You know, Tough Enough. You know, was on. Stone Cold's Broken Skull. He was, you know, he's a bull rider. You know, Hannah guy is a fighter that's up and coming on the scene. Really looking forward to seeing, you know, them getting back there in some action and doing their thing out there. You know, obviously, you know, it was just me tonight. We got Eagles football coming up. We're getting real close to some of these milestones. We got the Eagles Cowboys tailgate. I think that's January 9th. We got a lot of fun stuff coming on here for A2D Radio. Especially, you know, stuff we got lined up with the weekly roundup. We'll be back next week. Zach will be here. We'll be back on our normal time from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern time. You know, hopefully Andy and the boys will be back as well with their you know, in this very ring. Can't wait to see what they're going to do. And guys, appreciate all the love for everyone tuning in. Merry Christmas. This was another fun one. I can't wait to see you guys next week, January 1st. We'll see what more craziness that me and the boys come up with. Other than that, this was another episode here at the Weekly Roundup. I'm your host, Steve.